Hi everybody and welcome to Cut the Kibble. I'm Paula and this is Miss Bella, my 11-year-old Bichon that I've been cooking for since she was 6 months old. And no, I'm not in the kitchen today. Today I wanted to talk to you about Cut the Kibble tips to make your dog food cooking adventure less stressful and more enjoyable. And I have a list here so I don't forget. So, the first thing I want to talk about, and this is a really important thing now, I hate to bring up COVID again, here it's now November, but it looks like our country in the United States and a lot of places in the whole world are going through a second wave of this COVID. So again, I'm concerned about food shortages. It used to be I was concerned about the vegetables being in low supply, but back in whenever that was, in April or May, it was the meat that was in low supply. So as you know, I bought a freezer, a deep freezer. And that's the number one thing I want to talk about. If you're going to home cook, I don't care if you're cooking for 12 dogs or just one little 12-pound dog, having an extra freezer is really going to help you out, especially in times like these when we don't know if there's going to be another food shortage. And I bought a 9 cubic foot freezer. Now there's a saying that bigger is not always better. Well, in this case, bigger is better because you never know what you're going to need. So my suggestion to you is to get the biggest deep freeze that you can get for your space in your budget. And if you can go a little bit more for your budget, go for it. I got this 9 cubic foot Maytag chest deep freeze. Tons of room. Well, and I'm not joking, most of it is her stuff. I would say 80% of it is her stuff. And it's full. The problem is that when you go to these warehouses and buy bulk broccoli or bulk butternut squash or bulk cauliflower rice for them, it's big. So you're not just buying like cuts of meat, you're buying big vegetables. So you have to keep that in mind. Also keep in mind that if you're gonna buy a chest, mine came with one sliding basket and it had like a little shelf. Can't even see that shelf now. I went ahead and I ordered through Amazon 3 additional baskets. And I would suggest that you do that also if you get a chest, because a chest basically is a big toy chest, you just throw stuff in. But I have my baskets, my sliding baskets, I have my prepared food that I've made for her. And then in my baskets, I have frozen vegetables that I have bought in the store, like spinach and collard greens and butternut squash, okay? So this way I'm organizing it a little bit. As you must know by now, I am an organized person and I have to be organized. And with a chest, you can't really be organized. So that's helping you. Also with a chest, and also I would suggest this even if you got an upright, to get a magnetic or dry erase board that you can put on that outside the freezer, and you could write how many raw chickens you have if you do chicken, or how many prepared meat recipes, meals do you have. And then each time you go to grab one out, you could erase it so you could see when you're getting low on stuff. But if you could, and it's more expensive, I have it at home, I have an upright. I find that the uprights are much better for organization because you're gonna have, depending on your size, I haven't been home now in like 11 months, has it been? No, not 11 months. I haven't got my hair cut in 11 months. I haven't been home like, I don't know, 8 months or so. But at home I have like 4 shelves and then a basket. And then on the door I have 4 shelves. So it's really great for organization. I would use my top 2 shelves for food for our family and the bottom 3 for Bella. So that's the number 1 tip. If you're gonna home cook, please try to get a deep freezer. And if you can get it now, you should have gotten it a while ago, because who knows where we're going with this COVID when it comes to our food supply. Okay, secondly, I am getting so many messages. Paul, where did you get the beef heart? I can't find any. Where are you getting the liver? All right, well, I don't know where you live and what stores you shop at, but you need to think outside the box, get out of your comfort zone. If you go to one store always and it's not there, don't give up. It'll be at some other stores. My suggestion is, if you cannot find it in your local grocery store, if you live near an ethnic supermercado or Latino grocery store, I'm going to sneeze here, excuse me, go there. I have seen incredible meat parts in there. I've seen chicken feet, I've seen beef tongue, livers, beef hearts, all those there. And then if you're fortunate and can afford it and you live near a butcher, they're certainly going to have it. But don't stress if you can't find the beef heart. I didn't start giving her beef heart until she was like 10 years old because I didn't know about it. Every day I'm learning new things and I'm trying to pass them on to you. But it is really important to do beef liver. Like I said, only 5% in the recipe or they'll get pancreatitis. You don't want that. Do not give them a lot of liver. But liver has so many nutrients that are not in other foods. Another thing to invest in is a food processor. Even if if you don't have a senior dog, that's why I process, or if your dog has all its teeth, it's still great to put everything in there and mix it around. So your seaweed calcium's going around and all your liver's going all over the place. Otherwise you have to put it in a huge bowl, and you can mix it by hand. I've done that too. But I do like to cut everything small. I would suggest, I don't care how big your dog is, to cut your food small if you don't have a food processor. And if you have a picky dog, a food processor is great because they're not going to detect that there's broccoli in it if they don't like that, okay? And if they still don't want to eat it, drizzle a little EVOO on top, extra virgin olive oil, just a little, and that smell will entice them to eat. Another tidbit from Cut the Kibble is to always be ahead of the game. You don't want to be sitting here and saying, I have no food for the dog tonight, or I'm going away this weekend, or I'm having company this weekend, oh my God, I have to cook. That's putting stress on yourself. So always try to be ahead of the game. There's going to be times when you're like, I just don't feel like cooking, or I'm tired of cooking. And you don't have to worry because you have all that prepared meals in your freezer. Right now, I am so ahead of the game as of today. I have I think I probably have 3 months, I don't want to exaggerate, 2 months of prepared meals in the freezer. And I have a ton of beef and turkey raw that I need to cook up. And I want to cook it up and I want her to eat it so I can buy more. I can't buy anything because I should have gotten a bigger freezer. And as always, you want to alternate your protein. That's a big tip from Cut the Kibble. You don't want to always give your dog beef, beef, beef. Do you want to eat meat every day? No. She gets fed twice a day. In the morning, she gets eggs. It's an exceptional, low-budget protein. Of course, I add everything else in with it, the vegetables and the supplements. And at night, I alternate between beef, turkey. On Friday, she gets salmon. And I'm now going to introduce pork, as long as it's sourced in the U.S. She doesn't do chicken. She's allergic to chicken. Okay, I would suggest that, I don't know where you live, but if you live near a Costco or a Sam's Club What else? There's another one too, and I forgot the other name of it. BJ's, that's what we have here in the United States. Join one of those warehouses. I mean, I get my toilet paper there. They have great prices for me, for produce. And I do buy, like for her, I don't buy meat at the warehouse. I find it's very expensive. But I do buy her blueberries and frozen vegetables and fresh asparagus and Brussels sprouts. That is cheaper than going to a regular store. But you don't have to join the warehouse. It just helps. And so what you have to do then, when you go to the grocery store, you have to see what's on sale. If I need asparagus and they're $3.99 for an 8 ounces, I'm not getting it, in the frozen package. I'm going to wait until they go on sale for like $2.69 for 8 ounces, and I'll get 5 of them. You have to shop smart, okay? And if your dog doesn't get asparagus for a month, it's okay. Do you eat asparagus for a month? I don't. But just shop smart, do manager specials. I used to go to Wegmans a lot. That's a really nice grocery store here. And thinking I was getting good prices, I spent, I'm embarrassed to say, $35 on 2 London broils. Yeah. Well then, when COVID came, I didn't want to drive them down. So I think UPS is right. It's okay. She hates UPS. It's okay, Miss Bella. I think it's even going across the street, not even here. Anyway, I went to my local food line that I don't like, but oh my gosh, they have great prices on meat, especially when they're on sale or manager specials. So again, think outside the box. Even though you don't go to a particular grocery store for your family, because maybe you don't want to shop there, go there for your dog. And you can get the meat prices much cheap. Good prices on meat in the United States, Aldi. Aldi has grass-fed organic beef. Trader Joe's has awesome prices on ground beef and ground turkey as well. When I go there, I stock up. We don't have an Aldi here at the lake. I'm disappointed because, grass-fed organic beef at a good price, we can hear the trumpets leaving. It's a good deal. Okay, so what else did I want to say? One more thing I want to say is, we're living in a world now where we're not seeing people because of COVID, and it could be lonely. It could also be lonely if you're home cooking and you don't have a buddy who's home cooking too. So try to get a buddy, whether it be through a Facebook forum, whether it be through me, or whether it be from a friend that you know that home cooks as well. I've been home cooking now for like 11 years, and probably, 5 years ago, a friend of mine lost her dog because it was fed Benefil. And she always thought that I was a crazy person for cooking for my dog. And then she got 2 little dogs. I thought she was crazy for getting 2 little dogs. I would have gotten 1. And she's been home cooking for them the entire time. And it's nice. Sometimes she'll text me, and like she just did yesterday, Paul, I'm in the middle of cooking and I realized I don't have any sweet potatoes. So then I would text her back and say, hey, do you have any canned pumpkin? Or I would email her one day and say, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like cooking for Bella today. And she would encourage me. So it's always good to have a buddy. So know that I'm always here for you. I look at my comments and I'll try to get back to you. I'll try to encourage you. But do know that home cooking for your dogs is the best thing that you could do for them, because they're going to be so healthy. Their hair coat's going to be shiny. They're not going to have any itchies, and you're not going to have to take them to the vet. So that's it from Cut the Kibble today. We hope that you are staying safe and eating healthy for you and your pet so you keep your immune system up. All right, take care.